Claude Code is one of the most powerful tools on the internet these days. Given the right tools, you can create anything from your SaaS application to more creative work like writing books, poems, or even managing your Google Calendar. And literally all of these actions can be done by using the right MCP server. MCPs, or Model Context Protocol servers, allow an LLM to interact with your computer, the internet, or any external data sources to do tasks like internet searches or pulling some data from an external database. Think of it as someone asking you to drive a nail through a piece of wood. If you try to do it by hand, you'll just hurt yourself and the nail won't go too far. But if you were to pick up a hammer, it will be much easier for you to complete the task. Think of you as the LLM and the hammer as the MCP server. There are two main ways to install MCP servers into Claude Code. The first option is to use the MCP add command, which comes out of the box when installing Claude Code. This is the easiest way of installing an MCP server in Claude Code. And the second way is by editing the Claude configuration file in your project directory. This is more hands-on approach, and I would only recommend it if you actually write a script to edit this file. So I usually recommend the second option because it automatically edits the configuration file for you. So here are the three most useful MCP servers that I use in almost every project and how to install them into your Claude Code terminal. The first MCP server you need to install today is the Context7 MCP server that allows you to pull up-to-date documentation on every language or API you can think of into Claude Code's context. Think of it as giving Claude Code an instruction manual on how to write better code for your application. Okay, so firstly you want to go to context7.com/dashboard, create an account, and then you'll be presented with your API key. And what you want to do is to generate one and copy it. Then you want to paste in this command along with your API key and just hit enter. Now if you go into Claude Code, we should see it as connected, and that's how you check that the MCP server is connected properly to the server. And now to test it, we can give it this prompt. Create a simple Next.js calculator application that has a cyberpunk design. Use Context7. And this is very important, you want to name the MCP server before using it. So if you hit enter, and now it's going to ask us to use Context7 to pull some context for client components and use state hooks apparently. And it created a very nice simple calculator, which I am actually quite happy with. Apart from this button here. I'm not sure why it's here and not here. Okay, let's let that slide. And the second way of installing Context7 into Claude Code is via a Docker container, which makes it a little bit safe because now it's going to run in an isolated environment within your computer. So what you want to do is create a Docker file with this configuration and then save it and run this command. Then what you want to do is run this command so you can install the MCP server through Docker. So this will just run the Docker instance within the MCP server configuration. And then if we open Claude, okay, so we're going to give it this prompt. Update the calculator by giving the new style. Don't use Tailwind because I tried at the beginning and it tried to use it and got weird. Use Context7. So let's see how this is going to go. Okay, so we're done, and now let's go and run the server. And let's see what we come up with. Good, so it pretty much did what it needed to be done. I'm happy. The second MCP server you need to install today is the Playwright MCP server that allows Claude Code to control your browser, take screenshots, and interact with your website. Think of it as giving eyes and hands to Claude Code so we can easily interact with your website. And we can install the Playwright MCP server by using this command in the terminal. And now if you go into Claude Code and check our MCPs, so now we have Context7 and Playwright. And we can ask it to test my website using Playwright MCP. Okay, so apparently everything worked well. It did some testing and we got some results. It played with the UI and everything is good. And the second way of installing Playwright is using a Docker container. And Microsoft has been very nice to give us a command to do that automatically. So all you need to do is run this command. And now if you go into Claude Code, check the MCP servers. We have Playwright and Context7. And we're going to give it the same prompt. Okay, so it's done kind of the same testing it did on the other side, so it's good. And the last MCP server you need to install today is the Knowledge Graph MCP server, which allows Claude Code to maintain a structured memory system across sessions. Think of it as giving Claude Code a notebook so it can maintain organized nodes across sessions. And to install the Knowledge Graph MCP server, you just need to run this command into your Claude Code directory. Now, if you turn on Claude Code, check on the MCP servers, we can see it is here. If we go back into Claude Code, we clear the context, and now let's tell it to redesign the layout into a modern, glossy look. Let's see. Okay, and now if you tell it, update the memory MCP, update the project configuration, update the project memory using memory MCP. Let's see. And now if you clear and say using memory MCP, tell me about this project. So it knows a bit about the project, which is, to be honest, all we needed to do right now, because we don't have a lot of information in the MCP server. We just did a small test. It's good. Hopefully this was useful. Now check out this video where I compare Claude Code to Codex.